I'm Cookie, and welcome back to another episode of the Untold Origins, the series where I talk a little bit about the backstories of one or multiple minor characters from my series Legends. In today's episode, I'll be talking about Crusher and Tangle. Both Crusher and Tangle were born in Wolverina, but neither knew the other until much later in life. However, they still shared very similar opinions on humans, which were very negative. Crusher lived with humans and grew up in a basement with his parents, Slash and Claw, and his siblings, alongside many other dogs. The conditions were terrible for all of them. The place was dirty, there was barely any room for them, and it was always hot. At least the humans made sure to keep the dogs well fed, which at first gave Crusher hope that the humans actually cared about them. However, his mother quickly shot him down and explained their true intentions. Come on, Mom. They must care about us at least a little bit. I mean, look at all this food. They're not feeding us because they care. They're fattening you up so they can use you for their twisted entertainment. The stronger you are, the more fun they have. At the time, Crusher didn't understand what was happening, but he and his siblings were being raised to be used in illegal dogfights. His father was a top-tier fighter, and the humans hoped that his pups would be the same. Despite these circumstances, Crusher had a semi-normal childhood. His parents did everything to protect him and his siblings. Slash did so in the arena, making sure to perform well to ensure his family would be well fed, while Claw cared for the pups and made sure the humans rarely touched them. Meanwhile, Tangle's childhood was much more adventurous. She was born on the streets alongside her brother and sister, Fuzzy and Curl. As soon as she was old enough, her parents, Mud and Meadow, started to move from one location to another. Tangle's family traveled all over the kingdom, searching for food and avoiding humans at all costs. Both her parents had been abandoned by their owners, and since then, distrusted humans and taught the pups to do the same. Tangle grew up to hate humans for what they had done, and was extra hostile to them. Curl also showed distaste towards them, but Fuzzy was more tolerant of them. What you doing? Keeping an eye on those human pups. They might approach us, but they're young. They won't harm us. Perhaps, but the parents are never far and they will hurt us. Despite their differences, Tangle was really close to her family. She really enjoyed the freedom and adventure that came with living on the streets, though she wouldn't mind if there was more food. She wanted to make sure her family was well fed, so she practiced hunting mice and small birds. She wasn't great at it, but the extra food was appreciated. All seemed well for Tangle, but what she didn't realize was the growing distance between Fuzzy and the rest of the family. He had grown tired of living on the streets, and one day seemingly disappeared. Unbeknownst to everyone, he left to try to find humans to live with and was eventually taken in by a nice family. But to Tangle, she thought the humans took him by force, fueling her hatred towards them. As her hatred grew, so did Crusher's. By the time he was old enough to begin fight training, he was the only one left in his litter, his siblings having died due to the poor conditions. Claw was also ill, having been depressed from the deaths of her pups and struggling to take care of herself. Slash became his primary parental figure and his teacher. He sparred his son, teaching him how to fight. The humans were also there, trying to teach as well, though Slash told Crusher to ignore them. Crusher often lashed out at the humans, though Slash told him off every time. Crusher, stop attacking the humans. Why not? After everything they've done to us, they deserve this. The more you strike them, they strike back harder. And if you're deemed too dangerous, they will kill you. Though Slash was hard on Crusher, he also protected him from most of the humans' wrath. By the time he was ready, he was a skilled fighter. The humans brought him into the arena often, where he won most of his fights, and he was awarded with extra food and a little affection. However, Crusher was miserable during this time. He was tired and in pain from the constant fighting, stressed out due to the need to win every fight to get food, and was extremely lonely. He didn't have any friends, Claw at this point had died, and Slash probably wasn't going to live much longer. All he wanted was to escape, so he tried. During a fight one night, when he was being led into the arena, Crusher made a break through the gate and tried running out of the basement. He didn't know where he was going, but he had to be away from the humans. Eventually, he found the stairs to leave, but the humans caught up to him and put him back in his cage. After that, Crusher almost lost all hope of leaving. That was until a few hours later, when a group of fairies busted in and saw the illegal dogfights. Turns out, the commotion caused by Crusher almost escaping was so loud and close to the exit that someone heard it and alerted some fairies. When the door of his cage opened, Crusher bolted again and never looked back. From then on, he lived on the streets. Speaking of the streets, Tangle and her family still lived there. Even with Fuzzy's disappearance, life didn't really change for Tangle, except for the fact that she was much closer to the rest of her family. After Fuzzy left, she realized that Curl, Mud, and Meadow could leave her at any moment, and vice versa. So she made sure to bond with them a lot and show her appreciation. She couldn't bear the thought of being separated from them, and that was her greatest fear. Unfortunately, the worst would happen. One night, some humans attempted to take the family. They wanted to take them to the vet and find homes for them, but in Tangle's eyes, they wanted to hurt her family. They tried to escape, but Curl and Mud were captured, and Meadow injured herself trying to escape. Once Tangle and her mother found a safe place, Tangle tried to heal Meadow's injury, but to no avail. The injury later became infected, and due to both their stubbornness to ask for help from humans, Meadow died due to the infection. Tangle was devastated and angrier than ever. Her entire family was gone, and she blamed the humans for everything. She wandered the streets for weeks, but without her family, she became depressed. However, one day she came across a pack of dogs living together. Tangle realized that a pack is what she needed. A group that she could call her family, and dogs that would love her back. Determined to join, she wanted to offer something to seem useful. So she decided to hunt down a bird, a large one at that. It took a while, but she had successfully caught a crow to give to the pack. "So I hear you want to join our pack?" "Yes, sir." "And why would we do that? We already have many mouths to feed." "Then here, take this crow I caught as a gift. I may not be the best hunter, but my skills will do in a pinch." As a result, the pack accepted Tangle into their ranks. It took a while for them to warm up to her, but her compassion, protectiveness, and occasional catches of prey made them respect her. The pack traveled from place to place, though not nearly as often as Tangle's family. One day, while looking for a new place to live, they found Crusher resting in a suitable location, so the leader challenged Crusher for the territory. Though Tangle could tell that Crusher was starving, she was shocked when he defeated her leader with relative ease. When they were about to leave, Tangle made the offer to let him join the pack. "Come on, you should join our pack." "Absolutely not. We have too many mouths to feed." "I know, but we could use someone like him. And sure, we may have one more mouth to feed, but we would also have another dog searching for food." After some debate, the leader asked Crusher if he wanted to join the pack, and he agreed. And he proved to be a valuable asset. Crusher protected his new pack, just like how his parents protected him. Over time, he climbed up the ranks and became the second in command. Also, he and Tangle became good friends. They bonded over their issues with humans and helped each other deal with their anger and find peace. Though they would always distrust them, they learned to let go of what humans had done to them. Eventually, Crusher became the new leader of the pack. Though he never expected that to happen, he was happy with his new role and took his job of protecting it very seriously. As for Tangle, she just did her best to care for everyone, just as she did for her family. It may have taken a while for both Crusher and Tangle to find their purpose, but they couldn't be more satisfied. And that's all I have for this video. There's a little bit more to both Crusher and Tangle's story, but I'll save that for the episode that they're in. Anyway, make sure to comment below what you thought of their backstory. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye!